Good morning and welcome again to another Making Mondays Matter. I hope we are all coping well with all the changes that's happening around us because of the particular period that we are in and that we are making the best of it. Today, I want for us to look at the topic of flexibility, being flexible is important, especially as we go through periods of flux, as we go through periods of rapid change, to remain as flexible as we can be. Flexibility really helps us to survive the challenges that come our way. For those of you who are involved in physical activities, you would often hear your coach tell you, get into your stretching and remain as limber and flexible as possible as you seek to execute a particular athletic uh, event or task. And so, flexibility in all areas of life uh, is an important aspect, even in the way we think. As we go through this crisis period, I know there are many out there waiting for things to go back to what they're accustomed to or seeking to get as close to that as possible. That is, to my mind, is a hope, yes, and we should always have hope. But the reality is that when we go through major things like we are experiencing right now, it is unlikely that things will ever go back to being the same. We just need to cast our minds back to 9/11, or even the last financial um, crisis that we had in 2007, 2008. After 9/11, security was heightened. What we normally did at airports was forever change. Today, we still experience, well, not so much today because not a lot of traveling is happening today, but you get where I'm coming from. The reaction to that particular crisis spurred a new level of security. And for any who was hoping that we would have returned to the previous ways of doing things, well, you know what happened. Airport security has increased and continues to increase after the financial crisis. The way we do transactions, especially cross-border transactions, have forever changed. Those of us who are in business and you're opening a business account at the bank, you are asked for all levels of information today. And there's no way that I'm seeing that we're going back to what we used to do before. And so it is as we navigate this COVID crisis, the physical distancing, the working from home, the remote conferencing, all these different things are set to become the new way of life. And so for if you are sitting thinking that things are going to go back, I'm saying change that mindset. Start to become flexible. Start to recognize that in this period of flux, there are still more changes that are likely to come. And the ones who weather this particular period best are those who are willing to, as boxers would say, roll with the punch, feign and move, remembering that trying to plant your feet too firmly and too early, and again using another boxing analogy, you're setting yourself up to be knocked out. And so we need to keep moving. We need to keep our eye on the ever shifting goal because the goal bars are shifting. The marketplace is shifting. And so we need to be ready at the drop of a dime to move where our market is moving, where our goal is moving. I know as a professional coach, we always encourage persons to be proactive and less reactive. But in some instances, the only thing that we can do is react. And so it is with this crisis. No one saw this coming. There were some of us who were better prepared for it, yes, because of our exposure to technology, etc., etc. But we still had to, even those of us who were accustomed to doing remote stuff, we still need to have made some changes and reacted to what was happening. And so we're not looking at reaction right now in a negative light, but simply saying that you need to be as flexible as possible so that when those changes come, you are ready to respond to that change. And so we can be proactive even while we are being reactive. Being prepared to change mentally is being proactive for the change that we don't even know is coming down the line. And I hope that makes sense to us this morning. And so, as we continue during this period, remember, stay flexible, roll with the punches, because this too shall pass, and a new normal, to coin what is being heard so often, is coming. A new normal is coming, whether you are ready for it or not. So stay flexible. And until next Monday, this is David Ince for Living Successfully Inc., wishing you